Good day everyone, you are welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a video that is preparing us for the chemistry alternative B WAEC practicals. Alright, and this is going to be on our test of ions and anions. I've given a video before now, some days ago, and in that video I told you that the salt you'll be analyzing is ammonium tricarbonate 4, and in that video I try to highlight all the possible things you may be asked to test. If you have not seen that video, you may go back to see it in the video columns. But today I have carried out analysis. I have come up with possible questions that comes under the test, the observations and the interpretation of the observations, which you call the inference. All right, so we don't know how the question will go, but I can guarantee you of what I have here to give nothing less than 90% accurate. Okay, now should the question say you should, I call that sample E. Mind you, you don't know that this is what you are testing. I just call it sample E. Why I can call it sample C, they can call it sample D, they can call it whatever sample, but I'm just calling it sample E. They can ask you to add water to it and test with a damp litmus paper without indicating which of the litmus paper. So in that case, carry the red and the blue to the mouth of your test tube, and if you do that, you notice that the sample E will dissolve and there will be effervescence, odorless, colorless gas, which turns red litmus paper blue. And with that observation, it means that sample E contains an alkaline gas. Alright, the question can also come as: get sample E, add sodium hydroxide in drops, then in excess. You could be asked to heat gently, you could be asked to boil, or they may not include it. But however, if you carry out this sample, you are going to observe a choking smell, or you call it a pungent or irritating smell. Of course, the gas is colorless, which evolved, and that gas turns red litmus paper blue. And if you get an iron rod deep in concentrated HCl, take it to the mouth of this solution, it will form a dense white fumes. And what does that mean? It means ammonia gas from ammonium ion was evolved. You can say evolved if you would like to use that. All right, evolved. That means ammonia gas was evolved from ammonium ion. The question can also be that sample E plus dilute HCl. Sample E plus dilute HCl. If you carry out that test, you are going to observe effervescence, colorless, odorless gas, which turns lime water milky. And whatever that does that shows you that that is CO2 gas. So this interpretation is sample E contains CO3 minus, which liberates. Mind you, sample E contains CO3 2 minus, which liberates CO2 gas. Or another person can also write CO2 gas evolved from CO3 2 minus. All are correct. Okay. Now, the question can also, another question possibly you could be asked is the sample plus water plus barium chloride plus dilute HCl in excess. Alright, in this case, there are two observations. The first one, when you have not added dilute HCl, you are going to observe a white insoluble precipitate. Alright, and that means that SO4 2 minus, SO3 2 minus, or CO3 2 minus is present. Now, when you now add your dilute HCl in excess, that precipitate will dissolve. So that was means soluble in excess dilute HCl. And when such white precipitate in dilute HCl dissolves in excess dilute HCl, it only confirms the presence of CO3 2 minus. Are we together? I hope you are following. Good. Now, another possible question which I think you may be asked is that sample plus barium chloride. They may use barium chloride, or they may put magnesium sulfate. Either they use barium chloride or magnesium sulfate, whichever. And when you carry it out and there is no reaction, there is no change, there is no precipitate, even when you boil the solution, Now you observe white precipitate. Should they say plus heat? We don't know how the question will come. Alright, but when you boil it and you observe there's white precipitate formed from no precipitate at boiling, there's now white precipitate formed. That only confirms the presence of HCO3 minus. These are possible questions that will come. I believe strongly that this will give you nothing less than 90% accurate. Take it, study it very well, and when you study it very well, I'm sure you are going to see that you will come out with flying colors. I want to advise, please, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe, share this video, link up to your friends, like it, so that you can get more. In the next video, I'm going to bring you the titration possible questions so that you can come out with A1. Thank you. God bless you.